Is overwhelm in your business keeping you from the freedom and the ease and the joy that you envisioned when you started your entrepreneurial journey? What if I told you that overwhelm was a huge opportunity for you to thrive? In this video, I am going to share how to deal with overwhelm as a business owner and even use it as a tool to help you expand so you can attract even more ideal clients and create even more freedom in your business. But first, I'm Jill Hope with I Shine Wealth, and I help entrepreneurs just like you to own your value, attract high-paying clients, and create a business and a life that lights you up. If you like this video, please do hit the like button and please subscribe for even more videos like this every week. I also have a free resource, the Soul-Led Business Blueprint, that will help you create greater ease and freedom in your business. The link to grab that is down below in the description. All right, so let's take a look at how you can deal with overwhelm in your business and even use it as a tool to help you grow and thrive. Now, there are three very important ideas that I would like you to keep in mind. These three ideas can make the difference between really struggling in your business, whether the overwhelm is coming from having clients that burn you out or exhaust you, or you're not able to spend any time in your personal life because you're putting it all into the business, or if you're on the other end of the scale where you are just struggling to get the next client and your bank account is suffering and that is causing you overwhelm and burning out. Either way, these three ideas are crucial to really understand and really embody if you want to overcome that overwhelm that you're feeling in the business right now. Okay, so the first important idea is to change your perspective on and your relationship with pressure. Now, a lot of people talk about there needs to be ease and flow in my business. And if things get hard, this must not be the right path for me. And, I even talk about that as well. However, that is not to say that there's never any pressure, that it's always easy and that it always feels flowy. That's just unrealistic when you're building a business or when you're building anything. Now, I know that there's a lot of pressure when you're overwhelmed by clients who are not ideal or who push boundaries with you. If you've got a lot of pressure to be perfect and to be liked, and if you need to be right, and all of those things can create a lot of pressure and a lot of overwhelm in the business. And on the flip side, if there's also a lot of pressure, if you're struggling to make the payroll that next month, or you're not sure where the next client's going to come from, or you put out an offer and only one person bought. That causes a lot of pressure. It's not fun to not have the money that you want to take the trip that just lights you up at a soul level. It is not fun to have no time left for your family or for the things that you enjoy. And yet you can't get away without having pressure in your life. It's just not realistic. So this is where we need to change your relationship with the idea of pressure. Think about this. When you are trying to build your muscles and you're lifting weights, the only way to build that muscle is to create some pressure on the muscle. If you're doing a number of repetitions and you don't do those last two because it starts to get hard and you start to question, well, this must not be right. My muscles aren't growing yet. What's going on? I'm going to stop. And you don't work through that pressure. You don't take those last couple of reps. Your muscle will not grow. At best, your muscles will stay at the same level of strength that they currently are, but there will be no growth. And there may even be a regression. You may even lose muscle strength over time because as we age, we do lose a little strength. We do go backwards unless we are actively doing something to put pressure on our muscles. And it's the very same with your business. If you want to grow a business, you've got to pay attention to it. You've got to do those extra things that move the needle in your business. Now, that's not to say that you can't create leverage and you can't create more ease, but there is a level of pressure that you just can't get away from. And if you see that pressure as being bad or not right or unnecessary, or, it's got to be flowy all the time, otherwise, I'm doing something wrong, you are sabotaging yourself. You are getting in your own way. That mindset is not going to create a huge success for you. I talk about alignment a lot. And you hear this idea, it's kind of a buzzword these days. getting into alignment, and that alignment should feel easy. I got to tell you something. Alignment does not equal ease. Alignment means that all of your energy is going in the same direction. So there is a sense of ease to it because you're using less energy. So you actually have more energy. So you tend not to get burned out as much when you're in alignment. But that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be hard things that you need to do. Things that feel a little scary, or having to send that extra email that actually brings another subscriber or another person that steps into your program, or making that extra call or that extra follow-up. We do need to do those things to grow our businesses. Otherwise, we will just languish and become stagnant. And that is not going to create the kind of business that you want. So when things get hard, the key is really to move through it without resistance. So that's where the mindset shift takes place. How do you move through something that's hard without resistance? Here's a big key for you. You remind yourself why you're doing it. What is that vision that you have on the other side of this thing? Why is it so important to you? What is that going to bring into your life? And what will that bring into the lives of your clients when you actually go that extra mile? Being clear on that vision, being clear on your why can get you through those parts that feel hard. If you have a vision that lights you up, you want to be connected with that every day and in everything that you do. If you are connected to that vision, you will not question what you're doing. You don't leave room for those ideas of like, am I good enough to do this? Do I deserve to do this? Am I worthy of it? Those things go away when you're connected deeply to your vision and why you're doing what you're doing. So when it gets hard, double down on your vision, get clear on this is why I'm doing it. This is why it's so important to me. And that is going to move you through. So that's the first big idea. It's to change that relationship with pressure. See it from a different perspective. A diamond has to withstand great pressure to become beautiful, right? Like it just looks like a rock until they polish it up under extreme pressure. That is how we grow. Any big success comes from pressure. Think about professional athletes. They aren't just born with their talent. Yes, they may have some talent, but there's a whole lot of work that goes on to getting to the level that they want to go. It's not full of ease and not feeling hard ever. And yet there's total alignment and energy that they have because they are following their inner voice. They are following their purpose. They know their why. They know why it's so important to them. They love it. It's connected to their desire. It's connected to their soul. And so it's worth it. All of the work, it becomes worth it at that point. And they have the energy for it because when you're connected to your purpose and you're connected to your why, that generates energy. That allows you to sustain yourself as you move through it. If you're doing things that don't light you up, then stop doing them. And if they need to be done, hire someone else that can do it. And if you can't hire someone else that can do it, then find a way to love it because that is going to give you the energy you need. So change your relationship with that pressure. Now, the second important idea to keep in mind if you want to deal with the overwhelm in your business is to remember that you have the power of choice around what you make your circumstances mean. For example, if you promote something and you spend all this time and all this energy and you've spent money with your team to get everything ready and then one person buys or two people buy, what are you making that mean? I mean, I was talking to a colleague the other day and she's promoting something right now that she's really excited about. And immediately she had somebody sign up for it. And then it slowed down and she hasn't seen any more sales. And so she's still about a week out before her program starts. And she's already losing the energy and starting to feel overwhelmed and kind of feeling like, I don't want to have to work this hard. And the thing is that when you're building and growing something, there is work that needs to be done. And it might be hard, right? Because again, there's the pressure. So it's changing what you make it mean. Part of why it feels hard in that specific situation is because when just one person signs up, we start questioning and doubting ourselves. And you might be asking yourself, is this the right messaging? Am I going after the right ideal clients? Is this really what I should be doing? We can have a lot of those questions in our mind. And when you start doubting yourself, that alone creates overwhelm. That alone takes you out of alignment, which means that your energy is split. You now are sending energy off in a whole bunch of different directions. And so it starts to become exhausting. So when you look at a situation like this, remember that you get to decide what it means. Now, in the case of my colleague, what I might suggest to her is that why don't you make it mean that this is a brand new course, that it's still a week away, that maybe you can do more marketing, that maybe you haven't done enough marketing, maybe the message needs to be tweaked. What are the lessons that you're learning in this process? How are you growing as you are going out and sharing about this program? Are you holding yourself back in any ways? There's all kinds of ways that we can look at it and different meanings we can give it. And one of the things I actually did tell her is to not make it emotional. Because when we get emotional about something, we start making it about us, right? And when you make it about you instead of making it about helping your clients, that is when sales slow down. That's when clients go away. That's when clients can't see you because you're focused on yourself. So look at what you're making your situations mean and check yourself on that. Are you making it mean something about you? Are you making it mean that there's something wrong with you? Or are you using it as an opportunity to tweak things, improve things, and grow? One is actually a scarcity mindset, and the other is an abundance and growth mindset. So you want to lean into the abundance and growth perspective in order to line up your energy and continue moving forward and beat that overwhelm. So that's the second important idea I want to share with you, is to choose your thinking around what you're making it mean, it being any circumstance that you're dealing with. And then the third important idea to help you deal with overwhelm in your business is this: look at your rules. What are the rules that you are following in your business? And are they your rules, or are you doing things in the way that you're doing them because that's what you think you should do, or some coach told you you should, or a parent said you should? Now, this affected me in a really big way because I thought that I always needed to be like really, really busy and working really hard. And as long as I was doing that, I'd be making progress. And the thing that I wasn't doing, and I was avoiding doing it, was spending time with my thoughts, journaling, listening to my inner voice, getting clear on who I am and what I really want. And that is a big part of how I've been able to transition my business as I started listening to me. The more I listened to myself, the more creative ideas I would receive, the more open I was for higher level thinking, for higher level problem solving. And it's what's really moved the needle for me and for many of my clients, is tuning into ourselves. But I wouldn't let myself do it because I thought, if I'm just sitting on the couch journaling or meditating, I'm not working hard. I'm not doing anything. And little did I know that that is actually part of the work. It really is tuning into ourselves. I was talking to a client about a month ago, and she's ramping up her business and getting things going. And she's coming off some traumatic experiences that she's been having. And so she doesn't have a ton of energy to throw into her business right now. And so she's been holding back doing much of anything because she said to me, Jill, I don't have the stamina to work 5 days a week, 9 hours a day. And I said, well, who said you have to work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day? And she kind of looked at me like, wait, what? And here's the thing. It's like, how do you want to work? How many hours a day do you want to work? What do you want your lifestyle to look like? You get to create the rules. What rules are you following? When you set up your business so that it works in a way that you want to work, so that you are doing programs in the way that you want to do them, so that you're marketing in a way that feels really good to you, so that you're only attracting clients that you really want to work with and that you really want to support, and that you're only talking about the things that really light you up. That's the difference between feeling overwhelmed and feeling lit up by your business and energized, okay? When you are lit up and energized, you can do a lot more things in your business. It's a lot easier to send that extra email or those extra 3 emails or make those extra couple of videos or whatever it is, when you are doing things that light you up and you know why you're doing them and you're following your own rules. I mean, it is great to have coaches. I always have a coach, or sometimes I have 2, and I have even had 3 for different types of things over my journey. And I think it's really important. But the key is that you've always got to vet the information through yourself. Does this resonate with me? Is this in tune with who I am, with how I want to work, with what my truth is, with what my message is that I want to bring to this world? So it's really, really important to tune in there. Follow your rules. What rules are you following? Because chances are you are probably following some rules that are burning you out and creating a lot of overwhelm. So look at those rules. Where can you make some tweaks? So those are 3 very important ideas that, if you can really take these on board, can help you deal with those feelings of overwhelm and burnout in your business. So just to recap, the first idea is to change your perspective and your relationship with the idea of pressure. Pressure is not bad. It is actually good, and it's actually necessary in order to create the growth that you desire. The second idea is to remember that you get to decide what things mean. If you are going to decide that a certain situation in your business means that you're bad, you're wrong, you're doing it wrong, you're not good enough, yada, 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 then it's not going to feel good. That is going to create overwhelm within you. That's going to create confusion. You're not going to be clear. And when you're not clear, you're scattered all over the place, and that burns you out. And then the third idea is to look at your rules. What are the rules that you are following in your business? How are you setting up how you work, how you market, who you support, the types of ways that you support people, what you're putting out there, what types of products and videos and memes and things are you putting out there? Does it light you up? Do you enjoy it? Does it work with your energy, with the type of energy you are? I mean, if you're a total introvert and you're doing all of these extroverted things, that's not going to feel that good. And if you're a complete extrovert and you're stuck behind your computer all the time, that is not going to feel good. So you've got to look at those rules and discover for yourself what feels right for you. Okay, so I hope those 3 ideas help you to deal with the overwhelm and the burnout and the stress that you're feeling in your business, whether it's that you've got too much work and you just don't have a life, or you are not bringing in the clients and the money that you desire. Those are both stressful situations, but they can both be supported by these 3 ideas. So I hope that was helpful for you. And if you want some guidance on how to set up your business and your life and some of these additional things to think through in order to create more ease and more flow, because yes, that is possible in your business, then go and check out my Soul-Led Business Blueprint. It's a 5-part training series I put together. It's full of powerful ideas that can help you make the tweaks that will get things moving in a much more positive and freeing way for your business and for your life. That's all I have for you today. Come back again for another video that I'll be making for you real soon. Until next time, bye for now.